bosses, did you know that when it comes to earthing, one thing that you must consider is SAT on the consumer unit. Another important thing is the size of the cable that you are using. Tight connections definitely matter a lot, and that is why today we will put more emphasis on these top bosses. This is definitely a cable lug on that cable. The size of the cable lug matters a lot, and we are also using this crimping tool, which is a hydraulic, to ensure that that connection is very strong. But again, my top bosses, today let us emphasize on something very, very important when it comes to the earthing, which is on the meter board. We were discussing about connecting the earthing on this point, meaning bonding the earthing as well as the neutral. But again, that is overtaken with time because of the type of meters that we have on the meter box. On my previous video, we talked about bonding the earthing on the neutral. That is definitely not applicable in today's metering system, especially when we have the meter or the smart meters or the token meters. Whenever you connect that with this meter, you will definitely have issues. And that is why, my top bosses, today we are discussing about separating the earth connection totally from the neutral connection. So from the meter box, we will have this cable. This cable will be separate from the neutral. So from the consumer unit, which is this one, it will definitely be connected here, and we will also have a separate cable going all the way to the earth rod. So at the meter box, we have only two cables. This one going to the meter box, this one will go all the way to the earth rod, where we have that earth feet, and then this one will go all the way to the consumer unit. All of them will be meeting at the meter box. The neutral is not connected here. The reason why the meter box is bonded, because it is a metallic section. Top bosses, if you are ready for our value today concerning the earthing at the meter box, this is the updated version from what we did. Hit that like button, and also if you have not subscribed, subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of our coming episodes. Do you know that it is important when coming up with this type of a connection to always lug the cable? I like using these cable lugs, but for this application, especially for the consumer unit, it is important for us to use what we refer to as ferrules, and this is for stranded cables. So if I go with this is definitely for the size 6. This is another one, but I think it was used. Now if I can go with a green one, it can still work. So this one here, and you can see that it will fit perfectly, but that one is still smaller one. So top bosses, using a yellow one, can also use a green one, and ensure that we insert it properly. And then we need a crimping tool. So this is a crimping tool. We'll use it to crimp it like that. All right, so you can see it is very tight. It protects the stranded cables from breaking. So when it comes to this point here, that is our conduit right there, go all the way in. So there we go, and then we'll use this distance like a designer, and then have it connected like so. So using a star or even a flat can work, because you can see our screwdriver provides, our screw specifically provides for that. Once it is inserted in, simply screw it and then make a tight connection. So it is always important to ensure that you use 90 degrees on your wiring. So I believe that that will look good, my top bosses. If you agree with me, hit that like button. When it comes to the mains from the meter box, we are going to do the same, but I wanted you to take note of that. This is not going to the meter box. This is going to a circuit, be it a socket, be it an instant shower. Now we will connect the mains here as well. All right, my top boss, for the mains we do the same. So this being a 10, remember the size matters here. So you simply strip it. It's a bit tough because the cable is bigger, so that is what we have. Okay, so we also redirect the cable from the meter box, and also using that route. So now, my top boss, that is our mains, this screw right here. So that is the mains. Perfect. So you just ensure that there is a very big surface area in there, and then like usual we ensure that the angles are 90 degrees like that, even though it is not perfect. Top bosses, if you agree with this connection, hit that like button. Come on now, top bosses. All right, so this is at the consumer unit level. You ensure that that connection is perfect for the mains. This is coming from the meter box, and this is going to the circuits. Now what happens then at the meter box? That is what we are going to demonstrate. And another important thing is to note that there's an extra bar here because of the many circuits that will be connected. So myself, I like connecting them straight. I know if you test for continuity of earthing between this bar and this bar, it continues, but I would prefer to connect it directly because that continuity will be done by copper wire, unlike this board which is not copper. Top bosses, at the meter box we have this cable going straight to the earth rod. I will be demonstrating to you the earth rod, how it is already done. We have already done a video of that. My director will be showcasing that as a separate video. This one, my top boss, is what we have coming from the consumer unit as I have demonstrated. But we need to do something extra here, like we have done here. So this cable lug was connected to this cable, but we also need to do something. This is a tube, a shrink tube, the same as this one. So we will cut this tube and then insert it at this point so that we can use our heat gun to shrink it on this cable lug, so that at the meter box we will have them screwed together or bolted together on the meter box. Remember, the neutral is not connected here. So top bosses, using my cutter here, so top bosses, I will cut it simply like that and use this piece and then insert it right here. All right, so with your shrink tube, we'll start up to that using my heating. And we are done, top boss. So top bosses, as you can see, we have done a perfect job right here. Well done. Now the next thing is to definitely bring them closer and screw them on that meter box. Now top bosses, for us to ensure that this connection is tight or it is perfect at the meter box, we will use these important items right here. So these washers, so we'll have these, and then connect the cable lugs for both the cables, insert, and then use that, and then definitely tighten. So let's we already drilled a hole on the meter box, so I'll simply bring them closer like this and then have them like that, then using the washer like so. So this is the hole that we have. We'll definitely connect it like that at that point. Top bosses, as you can see already, the neutral is not connected together with the earthing. These are the items that we have below. First the washer, and then the bolts. Okay, so I prefer to use two pliers right there, one to hold the other nuts and the other to tighten the bolts. I'll hold it at that point and then tighten above here. Nice. So now what is going to the consumer unit and what is going to the earth rod all meet at that point. So our cable is like that. So now I'll make sure that the angles again are straight. That is going to the consumer unit. So just to make sure that everything looks great, that is what I'm doing. So now my top bosses, the neutral from the supply will get at this point and the line at this point before we can have this fuse right here, right? And after that is done, we'll definitely cover that neutral bar or that neutral case, tighten that screw, and then have it like so. So once the meter is connected from the power supply, it will be connected at this point and this point and here, and then we'll have the face connected from here and here. So the line and the neutral will get to the meter, and from the meter the double pole, from the double pole to the consumer unit. So the earthing is completely independent, no bonding at the meter box, right? I hope you understand. Now my top bosses, I hope you have understood. We have clearly stated that from the supply at the pole we have two lines only, the line or the face and the neutral. We'll get to the cutout, and at the cutout we will exit with only the face and the neutral. From there it will go all the way to the meter. After the meter it goes to the output switch or the double pole switch that is right here, and to the consumer unit. The earthing has to be very independent. What is going to the consumer unit and what is going to the earth rod, or what is coming from the earth rod or the earth pit, are bonded at the meter box, and that is how the earthing is done. The previous video which I did, I bonded the earthing and the neutral at the meter box. With today's metering system, you cannot do that, because that will definitely be a mistake, leading to what is referred to as a bypass error. This will charge the customer a lot of power bills upon their normal house consumption. I believe, my top bosses, you have learned and gained a lot out of our today's video. Smash that like button if indeed this video has been helpful. Also, subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss the coming episodes. In the next video, my top bosses, will be digging deep on solar power earthing, and you will learn a lot, my top bosses. If you're looking forward to gaining more experience when it comes to solar, click this button right here where we have installed a 1 kilowatt solar system, and continue learning. My name is John Gatehi, and this is Top Heights Electricals and Solar. Goodbye for now, my top boss.